everyone, welcome to my new studio here in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. So I just moved into this studio space. It's been 2 weeks already, and I've gotten pretty much what I'm calling phase 1, phase 2 of everything that I wanted to get in here to get up and running and start creating stuff. So I just want to take you on a quick little tour of what I've got here in my little phase 2 state of my studio, just to give you an idea of this space and kind of my plans for what I want to do with this space. So first coming in, as you may have seen, and when I come in, I put my bike up on the wall vertically. It is connected here by this thing called a plug. It's being held on there actually by command strips. It's strong enough to hold up this bike. This is my bike. It's pretty light, so it's really nice to carry up here. Behind here, I also have a camera just in case I want that peace of mind of security. I've concealed the wire down along the corner, and there's my ladder to also be able to put stuff above me for storage. I'll be able to reach up there by using that ladder. Next to the bike, I have this pegboard wall. It's actually covering a door which is not being used. It goes into the unit next to me, who I don't know is over there, but I kind of wanted to have a little bit better looking thing to look at instead of a door. So I put this pegboard up here that's from IKEA, and this is kind of like my utility area. When I come in, I put my backpack up here along with other bags. I have some camera straps, and my A6300 is here. So this is kind of just like my flexible area where I could, grab things very quickly and put them back and put them away. But yeah, below here we have this really cool bench that I picked up at HomeGoods. When I come in, I do a little bit of Mr. Rogers. I sit down, take my shoes off, put on some studio slippers on, and I do that over here on this bench. Moving next to the bench, this is a cabinet. I'm not going to open it up right now. It's a little bit messy in there, but that's kind of the point. It conceals all of the wires and things like that and other equipment that I want to easily grab and access without kind of cluttering up the visual space over here. On top of the cabinet, I have my Logo Modernism book. This is a cool little book with a bunch of photos throughout the years. I highly recommend it if you are like really into branding and logos. It is like a really cool thing to look at. It's also really helpful when you're working with people and you want to get a sense for shapes and logos and branding that they like. You could have them go through here and put some sticky markers to kind of get a feel for what their taste is based on how they like other logos. Up here we've got the Google Home, got our Wi-Fi because the Ethernet port is right behind this. Looking above this area on this wall, I've got these tiles. These are called solo tiles. They serve a dual purpose. They absorb sound, so they're actually made to absorb sound. I wanted to cover some of this hard surface up so we don't get that much echo since it is a tiny space. The other purpose it serves is also a pin board. So when I start doing design work in here, I'll be able to kind of take concepts or inspiration and pin it up here behind my workstation to kind of, remind myself and part of my process to look at other stuff that I'm looking at, or even multiple concepts, and as I'm working on new concepts, and just have them up here easily to look at the wall. Moving on, we have here my workstation. Very simple. I use the Magic Mouse and the standard keyboard. I'm currently using the 27-inch Thunderbolt display here. Behind here, I've got the air purifier, of course, gotta have that. And I am using my MacBook, so I've got my 15-inch MacBook Pro behind here in a vertical stand out of the way, so I kind of reserve this desktop space. And I have it all hooked up to this dock, so I have this CalDigit dock back here. So all I have to do when I come in is put my laptop on the stand, plug in a Thunderbolt wire, and I'm all connected to everything that's set up here. We've got my nice little burnt orange chair, cool rug. Got some matching tiny stools that matches my bench over here by the window. I'll show you the view outside in a moment after I go through everything here, but we've got a nice little lounge chair here behind my workstation. So if I'm working my workstation and I just need to get off of there and get into a more comfortable position, I'll just take my laptop and sit back here in this comfortable chair. Got my little plant here. I have these like wooden hooks also in case I want to just like rest headphones or stuff over here, kind of like I have right next to here by my workstation. But yeah, we've got this chair to lounge out. I can kind of look out the window if I'm just, you know, trying to relax and get inspired here and comfortable mainly. On this big wall, I've got some sound absorption tiles to also absorb some sound here. And also I've got these really big canvas prints of this paper chair camo thing that I've been doing for my little side project called As Required. So this is kind of like the way to infuse branding in here. And also serve some function to absorb some sound right next to the podcasting station. So on this table, I've got my podcasting setup. I have an audio interface here that can actually accept up to 4 microphones. So right now I have 2 microphones set up, but I've got 2 microphones stowed away. And at any point, if we are going to do a 4-person podcast, I can just whip those out, plop them here right on the table, and plug them into the audio interface, and we're ready to record 4 different lines. Currently using the Audio-Technica AT202 microphones here. Got another chair here, but it's pretty much ready to be used. Everything's set up to record some podcasts. So the last thing I'm going to show you is this color seamless that I have set up here along my storage shelf. So I've kind of set this up to do some photography. So right now I have a Bone Savage color seamless backdrop set up here. That's an 86-inch roll. But basically I can pull this all the way down and do some photography here. I do have plans to get some colors. I just haven't decided what color I want to start shooting first, but I have a very neutral thing up here. I could pull that paper down at any moment and use the natural sunlight coming from the window to do photography. And also, if we do want to do some video with any podcast recording, we could pull this table out into the center, pull the color seamless down, and be able to record in front of a color seamless. So it's a very flexible thing. I think it's a very good use of this tiny space. So up here, I also have, you know, all my storage kind of things. It's a little bit of a mess right now. I don't think any storage will look nice unless you kind of drape something over it, which I'm not going to do because I need to easily access some stuff that I have up there. But yeah, that is pretty much the entire setup. I hope you enjoyed this tour. Maybe I'll be able to do something a little bit more in depth if anybody has any questions, a little bit more specifically about a certain thing. But I am going to leave you with a time lapse outside my window showing you the great view of Long Island City and a little bit of a view that I have of the Manhattan skyline. You could actually see the Empire State Building out there. So that's it. I'll leave you with the time lapse, but I hope you enjoyed my little mini studio tour.